three. What's up guys, Alex here, Thin Line Outdoors, on a day hike in the Pacific Northwest on the coastal trail. We just got over our big storm of the year in the beginning here of 2017, and this trail, this wilderness paid dearly for it. I haven't been on a trail this jacked up in a long time. I mean, as you can see, there's just trees, rocks, branches, you name it, just covering the trail. It's pretty hard to make my way through here. But I'm having a good time. I wasn't in our last video because I've been working a lot. So I wanted to make this video my day hike, kind of show you that I'm still here, I still love you guys. We appreciate all the support we've been getting. So today is a Sunday. I've been working basically 13, 14 days in a row, and this is my one day off. And it's a nice day, so I thought I'd come out here and just have lunch, make a fire, make a video. So you always want to be careful hiking after a big storm like we just had here. There's going to be loose ground, stuff to trip on everywhere. The probability of rolling an ankle or falling, getting stuck is pretty high. So like this is a trail in front of me, but you can see it's just covered in stuff. So right now I'm basically on the coastal trail heading west towards the ocean. There's several little split offs that lead to the ocean. That's the cool thing about living where I'm at. There's so many cliffs and whatnot preventing me from getting all the way to the ocean. Which way should I go? We'll go this way. I'm doing quite a bit of bushwhacking to make my way through all this. I didn't bring a parang or a machete or anything, which is a couple things you could use for getting through for bushwhacking like I am today. But there's no real point. I mean, I can walk through it. I can push the branches out of my way. There's no need to chop up the forest, you know, for unnecessary reasons. It's not that bad. But I will note that everything is so wet here. It hasn't rained in about 2 days, but part of living up here in the Pacific Northwest, really high humidity. Whoa. Really high humidity. That's one reason why the redwoods grow here so well, is because the type of bark they have just absorbs all the fog and mist and just keeps it all in. And that's why they grow so big, is because they're just constantly full of water. So building a fire, finding dry wood for that is always a challenge here. You want to find a good high spot where you see maybe the sun has been on all day. That's your best chance for finding dry wood here. Also, dead trees that stand up. Because when it rains, of course, the rain comes down on everything, and you got a tree that's standing up like this, is going to catch the least amount because the rain's only hitting that much of it, as opposed to everything laying on the ground already is going to be totally covered in water. That's your best chance for finding dry tinder. So I took this little game trail which branched off of the main trail I was hiking on, and I came across this clearing right here First thing I think on an area like this is bear den. I hope it's not one. I don't see any other evidence of it being a bear den, and I've been here for a few minutes. I don't hear anything, I don't see anything. So I'm just gonna hang out in this spot right here, take my pack off, relax, smoke a cigar maybe, build a debris stove. It might be a challenge finding some dry stuff to use on it, but we're gonna try. When looking for tinder, moss is a great option sometimes. If you see the green stuff like this, that's still retaining water and it's still technically alive. But if you find the browner stuff like this that's dead, that's gonna make for good tinder. So gather a lot of that and we'll see what we can do with it. Stuff like that's no good. So this log here is already dead. It's right next to this big old redwood tree, which probably shielded it from some of the rain. That's why it's gonna be good to use. It's partially buried, so I'm just gonna cut it out of that. I'm not killing anything alive. So we'll get a fire going. Found enough dry stuff to get it started, and I had a little bit of paper with me that I brought my sandwich in. But using the Vargo hexagon stove as a debris stove, real simple. You just keep loading stuff in it. This metal is going to contain the heat. It's got a little door right here you can close once you're satisfied you got enough in it. And then you can set your cup or whatever on there and boil it up. What we're probably going to do with it today is I brought a little bacon and egg sandwich thing I got from Starbucks today that I didn't eat. So the bottom portion of this stove has a bunch of holes in it. So once I got some good coals, I'm gonna use some sticks to flip the thing over, and those holes with the coals underneath will act like a grill to heat this up on. So sandwich is done. Almost a little burnt on the ends, but that's okay. I decided not to use the fire you saw me gather, the firewood you saw me gather, because there's no need to make that big of a fire. All I need to do is heat this up. I'm not boiling water or anything today. And even if I was, this is good enough for that. Just a debris stove. But I didn't need to make a fire today requiring any logs. But it did give you the chance to see and me a chance to practice where to find dry logs when in an area where it's wet. It is possible. You just got to keep looking. It's not a waste of energy if it gets a fire made for you. Alright guys, quick rundown of the gear I have with me today that you saw me use. The Gerber Camp Axe, cheap axe, works pretty good though. I recommend it for beginners. We might do a full review on this, we might not, but it cuts pretty good. You saw it in action. In the bottom here you got a little saw, which this thing's actually really good. I think it's better than the axe. I'd keep this if I got rid of the axe. We used a little fire steel I got with the striker built into the handle, clips in there so you don't lose it. The Vargo Hexagon debris stove, super cool item. First time I've really used it and I love it. I brought the hammock and straps, but I didn't use it today. I didn't mind sitting on the ground. There's not a lot of good tree hanging options out here, so, but I always bring them with me. I didn't use them today though. What else? Oh, and this item I always have with me. This is the Hill People Gear Mountain Serape. Expect a full review on this, definitely. This is my favorite piece of gear. If I had to grab one thing running out the door, this would probably be it, if not close to it. Snug Pack Rocket Pack backpack. Backpack I'm pretty fond of for this kind of stuff like I did today, just a day hike. And the several essential items in the top pockets, which I'll go over in another video. Other than that, I'm going to pack it up and head out of here. Thanks for watching, guys.